don't know if we'll get copyrighted for that one. Welcome to another episode of Rod and Pollocks with me and Tom. We're actually out fishing for once. We're here on almost sunny Lynemouth Beach. I don't know how long this session's going to last because we're expecting to get battered by storm soon, hence big umbrella. And the tackle shop had very little bait, so we'll see what we can get done and enjoy.
Beautiful!
It's a little bit about this, Mark. We're on Lynemouth Beach without getting blasted by the wind. Power station, Lynemouth Power Station's just there.
The titties.
And this is a mark we call the titties. Basically because you fish from the cleavage of these two titties. You can see our rods are. Fish off in that direction. Tom fishes off in that direction to avoid tangles. 2 rods each. Here's your basic beach fishing setup. I know Russ wants to know what he needs to buy. They're not exactly basic, yes, these are a bit more advanced. You need decent rod stand. I would always advise a decent rod stand. Good quality beach rods. I've got a 14 foot and a 13 foot. We fish with multipliers because fixed spools are for girls. But I'm rocking a Pen 525 mag on this one and an old style Pen 535 on this one. This one's a bit more heavy duty for rougher ground. This one is a casting machine. We'll go back to Tom's setup. Sorry for the wind. Tom, who is a lot more money and time than me, he fishes with a millionaire tournament, suits him. One of the nicest reels you'll ever see. And a Fathom 12, is it? Fathom 15 on a Sonic SK4 and the beast of all rods, the Ron Thompson accelerator.
Which it can lift the engine block out of a Corsair off the floor without snapping.
It can lift engines. It's
literally it can.
A unit. It's like fishing with a telegraph pole.
It'll cast 8 ounce, which you'll never really need to use off a beach.
Right, this is our setup. My rod stand's significantly better than Tom's. It's the only thing on my gear that's significantly better. But that's it. And a basic beach shelter.
Will the rod stand catch fish, Michael?
Yes, the rod stand catches all my fish. The rods are just there as decoration. Just thought I'd go over some beach fishing essentials. I'll go over rigs and stuff like that, I'll go over some rigs and that in a bit, which are quite essential obviously to catch fish. But some of the handiest things you can ever bring is what's here. Bait, which is a bit of a giver. Wooden chopping board. You're on a beach, you've got a knife, you've got nothing to cut, you don't want to cut on rocks. The chef's in us. You know, you don't want to dull your knives on using rocks and stuff. So I picked up this cheap wooden chopping board out of I think it was a Christmas cheese selection from Asda's. Came on a board now lives in my box. Good knife. Always have a nice sharp knife. And this stuff. Bait elastic. Don't leave the house without it. Most of your casts here you have to punch really, really hard. This stuff, it's just stretchy elastic, ties your bait onto your hook, snaps off, and the tension of it, you wrap it on tight, keeps that bait stuck to the hook, so when you cast it, it doesn't come off, it doesn't go anywhere. But these are things that we'd never come to the beach without.
I'm going to punch this one.
Oh, Tom's about to punch a cast. So get out of the wind so we can see it there. You watch his technique, Tom. He'll get the lead swinging. Plenty of motion in the lead. He'll dip the rod top, turn his body, and then just watch it fly. And away it goes. That's these sort of distances. This is the reason we use multipliers. You cannot get these sort of distances we can with a fixed spool. It's just, well, I can't. Maybe if you're built like Arnold Schwarzenegger or The Rock, yeah, you probably could. But with these, it makes it effortless to do 150 yard casts. Effortless. Back to gear. Tackle boxes. Obviously, that's also a given. Very beach umbrella that I've just chased down the beach. Weigh things down with rocks. Hence, I've just chased that down the beach. But that's pretty much all your beach essentials. Your rods, your stand, reels. But we'll go over some rigs and stuff in a bit. I'm sure Tom's tied up some backup rigs. Saves me having to do it.
Oh yes sir.
Oh yes sir. Go. Try and get this. I'll apologise for the wind noise here. This is Tom's rig here. This is what we call a widowmaker. It's a paternoster.
2-hook paternoster.
2-hook paternoster, but we call it a widowmaker for the amount of fish it's slayed. But you've got your bait on your bottom, sinker, with a 3-way swivel, your hook snood off onto a hook. I don't know what size these are.
2.
Few beads and a bit of a spinner on the bottom, a spoon trying to track the flatties in, and then you go up again onto another 3-way swivel down to a bait without the spinner, because this one sits just above the water. Then yeah, your quick clip on the end of your main line. Yeah, that's sort of the go-to flatty rig. When I bring my next one in, I'll show you the other rig that we use, which is called the pulley rig, that is my go-to rig on the beach line.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom's got a pulley on here. I'll quickly show this. Get in. This is a bit of a fishing wizardry. This, we've got what these things here. It's called a pulley clip onto a swivel, which goes down onto your hook line, and then your main line, your main rig body, goes down onto your sinker to what we've got down here is called a splashdown clip. Now, when this hits the water, the pressure of the water pops this clip, which lifts the bait off. The pulley acts, pulls the bait up off the bottom, and then the sinker sits down on the bottom. When a fish takes it, the fish pulls the hook line, which then lifts, the pulley works its magic again. As you're reeling in, if the fish is heavier than the sinker, it pulls the sinker up to the clip, keeps the sinker above the water, above the bottom, and allows you to pull in the fish essentially without hitting snags. It's the go-to rig. I'll show you when I bring mine in on just exactly how it works. It's wizardry. There's a bit more on the wizardry of the pulley rig. This one's mine, a bit of a shorter snood. So what happens is, obviously your bait's clipped down on I know this is struggling to focus a little bit, onto, let's see if I can find a way to get it into focus, onto your splashdown here. And what happens is, say my thumb's the water, as that hits the water, it releases, sends your lead lower, your bait up higher. Now this hand is Mr. Fish here. Mr. Fish comes along, takes your bait, you reel in. If you look at the wizardry, pulls the lead up, out, away from the rocks, and leaves you connected just to your fish. So it keeps your lead up and away, snag free, and now all you've got to worry about is your fish going into snags. This is why this is my go-to rig. I'll never fish on a beach without this rig. So I've just had a bite on my big rod. Trick when you're beach fishing, don't just dive on your first bite. The chances are it's a flatty and it's just going to sit on top of it and chew the bait, make sure it swallows the hook. I had one decent solid bite. So what I'm going to do is give it another 5 minutes or something. Reel it in. I'm sure Tom can film us reeling it in. Hopefully we've got a fish on it. Oh God, look at it. Hopefully we've got a fish on there. So there's one nice solid bite though. So they are out there. So I've just checked that bait after a bite. It had been touched, but my hook point was a little bit masked. The squid had fell down it. So it's back out, same piece, same bait. Back out. Squid's a tough bait, you can fish it. You could probably put a whole squid out and leave it out all day. Nothing, crabs don't really rip it to bits. A little bit about this, Mark. Me and Tom have fished this place for years. It's a believe it or not, YouTube, this is a secret. We're going to let you in on my secret on this one. Not many people fish here. In the years that we've been here, this beach has changed so much. I mean, it went from being one of the steepest storm beaches ever to a shallow beach perfect for flatties, and now it's been about a year, maybe 2 years since we've been here, and it's steepening off again. I mean, all this back here was cliffs. They've all collapsed since the last time we were here. But yeah, in the winter you'll catch cod. On a rough day you can get bass. In the summer you'll get flatties for the city, getting flatties, plaice, dabs. Did you not have a?
I've had a couple of turbot.
You've had a couple of little turbot off here. You'll get coalfish.
This is the only place that I've ever caught bass and turbot. It's the only place.
It's a little secret beach, Mark. It's power station's just there. I'm not going to tell you where to park because, to be honest, I like to keep this a bit of a secret. But if you know where the power station is, just look for the cleavage. Put your back to the cleavage and you fish your rods straight out. The tides, we're not sure how it's going to travel. We're fishing tide down this week. So basically you punch it as far as you can and then you just, as the water drops, reel in, punch again. You get about 20 minutes per bait. When you're fishing the tide in, put a bigger, tougher bait on, punch it and walk your rod back. Never ever bring it in. Just let your arm off, walk your rod back, keep it in the deep water until it gets a bite. Say I tend to fish 15-20 minutes per bait before I do a check, but when on a flood tide I'll fish half hour to 45 minutes per bait, unless it's getting hammered by the evil crabs. Yeah. Thought I'd go a little bit over on the baits that we've got. We're breaking my cardinal sin of coming here. None of the tackle shops, went to 2 tackle shops today. None of them had any fresh worm whatsoever. So we've had to buy frozen bait, which would never normally come fishing without at least fresh ragworm. Usually when you're on the beach, fresh lugworm as well. What we've got today, we've got these things here, they're called blueies. It's kind of like a mix between a mackerel and a herring.
Mackerel and a sardine.
Mackerel and a sardine. And they absolutely stink. Oily, really, really oily fish.
Disgusting.
Just minging. You can't get the smell out your hands for about 3 days after you've touched them. We normally would bring gloves, but I forgot to bring me gloves. And we've got, yeah, frozen black lugworm. In the winter, this bait is deadly. In the summer, it's a bit too flimsy. There's too many crabs. They'll just take it off. But when you can't get fresh, you've got to make do with what you've got. And then the trusty squid. These are what are known as dirty squid. They're literally caught, guts in, ink sacs still in there. probably one of the second go-to baits that would bring on a summer session. Normally, like I say, I would have fresh ragworm, fresh lugworm as well. But on this mark here, if you make a cocktail with bluey and blacks in the winter, which we call the black and blue, it's deadly.
The bruise.
Absolutely deadly. You can barely get your line out in the water without getting at least a nibble straight away. But that's all we've got today. I was going to bring a fresh mackerel, but I'd froze them all in one block, and that's for now for the winter.
You were going to bring a fresh mackerel, but you're a peanut.
But I was pissed when I put it in the fridge. But that's my bait. Like I say, I mean, we're hoping we're going to get something on these, but not having my go-tos is a bit of a curse, really.
Notice the beach still hasn't levelled out.
I know, it's beach. Tom was just saying, this is how much this place has changed. Normally it would get this far down, then it will level out a little bit, but it's still just dropping away and dropping away. And in the winter, if this beach stays like this until winter, amazing. This place we'll be spending pretty much every session here, because in winter when the sea's up a little bit and it's not as flat as this, I mean, you'll catch sea bass, you can catch cod, coalies, whiting, you'll get everything in the winter. We've had some of our best days fishing just on this beach. To be honest, we don't really fish any other beach. We'll fish different rock marks, but when it comes to beach fishing, this is my go-to beach.
The boobs.
The boobs.
Yep.
This here, ladies and gentlemen, is the deadly bait for this area. Got trusty bait and tool. The black lugworm on. Yeah, a bit of bluey. Nicely through the flesh. Lay a lugworm onto there. Handy bait elastic. Just start mummifying it. Around quite a few times. If you keep a bit of tension on this, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, it grips in and it always holds it. Just nice bit of tension on it. Tie it up into pretty much like a sausage. Then you take it, snap it, boom, there you go. That there is called a black and blue. And if you can't catch fish with this here, there's no fish out there.
So far we've caught nothing.
Never used this yet though.
Very true.
Can't get it on it. So yeah, I'll give you a 2 army tackle box. So obviously this is mine. It's soon to be Russ's. I'm giving this one to Russ. I've got another one pretty much identical to this. You got your top section. In here I keep J lures, hooks, the little pellet tins that's got me swivels and stuff like that. My amnesia line, I swear by this stuff for tying rigs. It's what's known as memory free line. So when you tie it, you give it a quick pull and it goes back to being perfectly straight. Nail clippers, handy things for cutting tag ends off rigs. So you got more hooks, emergency lighter, swivels, my lucky rock. There it is, my lucky rock. We found it on a beach that we caught loads of fish on once, and we kept the rock, added tape to it, and I use it now as a priest for dispatching of fish. So we do get a decent keeper. Then in your bottom section we have sorry about that, spare line. Always handy to have spare line. Needle nose pliers, them ones are probably rusted shut, but they come in handy for getting hooks out of fish that have swallowed them so deeply, and then about 2 ton of lead. I used to have a friend that made these weights for us, but I don't really speak to him anymore, so I have to buy them from shops. But yeah, that's pretty much my sea fishing setup. That's all I take. Pack. You never know how far you've got to walk from the car to a beach, so I never bring too much stuff. And if you pick a beach right like this one, they're not get hungry. I mean, I pack all them leads. I'll be lucky. I'll be horribly unlucky if I lose a single lead at all today. I mean, Tom's box is a bit more loaded than mine, but he's got a big backrest box, which I've always wanted to get one of them. The straps here, literally the box becomes a backrest, becomes a backpack, and it's got a little backrest and becomes a seat as well. Mine is technically a seat box, but it's about as comfortable as sitting on that rock. Yeah, that's my basic setup. I will go through a few rigs when I get a chance, but at the moment we're looking like I'm trying to get as many of these segments filmed right now before this weather front hits, but we're going to be pretty much confined under the building. Of course, being a Geordie, I don't believe in coats, so I haven't got anything waterproof. So when the rain hits, I'll be wet, I'll be miserable. It's Tom just checking his rod again. So far, I believe we're getting what we would call crabbed off. Our baits are coming up stripped. We're getting little knocks, slackline bites, which normally means that someone's picking it up and moving it away. So could be a decent fish, could be a crab. 90% the chance it's going to be a crab. It's the middle of summer. Crabs are ripe right now. It's hard to get through them. But you just change it up again, tougher baits, more crab resistant baits, and then pull them out. Push comes to shove, you can alter the length of your snood on your rig and try and keep your bait up off the ground. But because we're going for flatties, flatties predominantly feed off the bottom, so you like your bait kind of just lying on it. I mean, so far it's a blank, but we haven't got our go-to gear. We will be lucky to catch something today. By the way, I mean, look, it's a day on the beach, isn't it? You kind of fault that. So what would you rather be doing? Sitting in an office, working on a building site, sitting at home doing housework, or on a beach? It's nice and warm, waves at your feet, rods in the water. It's all good. So, I've been here about 2 hours now. Not a lot happened. A couple of little nibbles on my rod and on Tom's. I think it's just crabs, but we're going to keep persevering. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we are going to get something. Like I say, without the fresh bait, using frozen stuff, and middle of summer, so many crabs. We need lots of bait and get them out quicker, and we just don't have that today. And the weather's starting to turn on a little bit, but we're going to keep plodding on. Fingers crossed we'll have some fish to show you at some point. If not, it's just more of a useful tips and tricks video. Not 5 minutes after I made that last little clip, it's officially peeing it down. And we're going to get wet, and the clouds don't look like they're moving.
The heavens have opened.
Oh yes, they have.
Can you hear that? What's it like, Michael? It's like
sitting in a biscuit tin.
Couple of bites, nothing much. Could have done with the ragworm, but never mind.
There we go, ladies and gentle fish. Looks like a flounder. That's on. We've got one. We've saved the blank. That was on straight bluey. And fuck for that.
Possible fish?
No.
Possible gripper lead stuck to the sand. Gripper lead.
Strip. You're avoiding the crabs, but I'm not.
Try again. It's now raining again. The sun has left.
It didn't last long. I'm very sad now.
It's pretty soaking. Caught a fish though.
Bastard. Well done, Tom.
1-0. Michael thinks he's caught the biggest ball of weed in the world. Either that or a yarking fish. He's struggling with it. Getting the turn of the tides brought the weed with it. You've got a slack liner on this big one as well. You've caught your own line.
Sure. Heavier than that, man.
I think you've caught your crack off. If you haven't caught your own line, you've caught your crack off. Michael has 4 or 5 different lines there. You haven't got mine as well, have you? Look at all the different lines. See it? You've caught your crack off. You brought this one in, but you've also got your crack off, I think. No way. Yep.
As we said in the last film on the rocks, we try and show all everything, even one would break off. We missed me 2 crack offs. Before it looked like I was fighting a monstrous fish, I've had 2 crack offs. And I've just brought in them both me rigs plus my other line. I'm tired, really tired, but now I haven't lost any gear and that's always a bonus. The standard video of Tom reeling in. This time his rod's just a little bit longer than his penis. Let's have a look down the water, see if he's got lucky.
Can't feel anything like.
The downside about beach fishing, ladies and gentlemen, how long it takes you to bring your line back in.
Strip. Time lapse.
So I've just had a slackline bite. It's hard to describe really what that is because you can't really see me line, but well, it means that someone's picked it up and dislodged the lead and it causes your line to fall slack. Wound down on it, tightened up, and it picked it up again and moved it. But yet again, we'll, in the words of the old man on Blythe Pier, we'll just let it hang itself. If there's something on there, I'll leave it. Hopefully it'll take. If not, reel in, check me bait, try something new, punch it back out again. Second for Tom. Just to show we are good anglers. Catch and release. Away it goes. There we go. Just back in there somewhere now. Well, that's we're done for the day. Tom got 2, I got none, but didn't lose any gear because I brought it all back in. Other than that, if we had the fresh bait, we probably would have done better. That kind of crippled with. But other than that, keep on rocking in the free world, and I'll see you next time.
The rain has left. I think Michael's happy. I'm not sure what that is. Never seen one of them before.